Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Man, some big news since the last time we jumped on the reporter, broke out. It pretty much goes to show you what eventually comes out of the dark, especially in Hollywood. Shows you how cold and cutthroat that world really is when it comes to the movie business and in the small print of them contracts. So anyway, everybody knows about Michael Orr and former Ole Miss star and um, NFL star. I think he played for the. I think he was a former Raven. I think he played for the Ravens. But anyway, some big news, shocking news a little bit. Everybody knows about that movie Blindside. It came out in '09. It was all a lie. Yes, yeah, it's pretty much that. I guess you say I don't know how what movie I can compare it to because since it was all just alive. But let's put it like this: it is you can compare it to some of these biblical movies that put their own mix about the end of the story. You know what I'm saying? These unbiblical, accurate movies. And that's what it is. The Blind Side, according to Michael Orr, is pretty much along them lines. A movie that was a straight lie. Pretty much telling. But let's get right into it. No use of offering any more commentary on this story. Brought to you by NBC News, by the way, and let's get right into it. Blindside subject of Michael Ward says adoption by the Tui family is a lie. He was cut of the out of the movie money. Wow. Pretty much, offer one more commentary. Basically, this is pretty much a story of two selfish people using Michael Ward the, as a um, as merchandise to get all the money, setting up a contract just right. So he's a. But let's get right into it before I am telling the story, because NBC News can do a better job than me. Um, Former NFL star Michael Ward, the subject of the book movie The Blind Side, alleges that the couple who took him in as a teenager misled him into believing that they were adopting him. That they instead placed him in a conservatorship, according to the court filings Monday. The lie of Michael Ward's adoption is one upon which co-conservators Leah Ann Tui and Sean Tui have enriched themselves as the expense of their ward and undersigned Michael Ward said the petition to terminate the conservatorship in Shelby County Court in Tennessee. The story of Orr and the Tui family became the subject of an Oscar-winning film, The Blind Side, starring Sandra Bullock in the role of Tui, Leah Ann Tui. The film, based on the Michael Lewis book of the same name, chronicled Orr's life as a homeless child through his college football career and eventual NFL stardom. The Tui's negotiated a deal with 20th Century Fox that left Orr without any payment of for the rights to his name. Man. That's pretty much says it right there. Likeness and life story. While the Tui family received a contract price of $225,000, at 2.5% of the film's net proceeds in petition states. Film also had grossed over 300 million. The petition says that 200,000 donation was also made to Leanne Tui's charitable foundation. Christian said that Orr made no money off the film, which was released after he completed his college career, who, uh, who would not have affected his NCAA eligibility. According to the petition, other Orrs does not recall signing an agreement for the rights to his life story. Wow. Document has a signature that appears to be his, but nobody ever presented this document to him with any explanation, the filing says. The petition accuses the Tuohys of the breach of their fiduciary duty as conservators, so gross and appalling that they should be sanctioned by this court. Other Orr was a ward of the state of Tennessee at the age of 11, homeless as a child, according to the filing. And Fran's father helped Orr enroll in '02 in Brea Crest Christian School, where he played basketball and football. The families of the classmates were led Orr, who fell through the cracks of a broken social system, stayed at their homes. And the petition said, where where other parents of Michael's classmates saw Orr simply as a nice kid in need of conservators, John Toohey and Leah Ann Toohey saw something else. A gullible young man whose athletic talent could be exploited for their own benefit, the petition says. In other words, tell the story. Other alleges that the summer before his senior year, after he became a legal adult in July of '04, the Tuohys offered him a place to live with their family in their home. The couple said they would legally adopt him, and Orr believed them, the petition said. Others learned only in February that the documents that the Tuohys asked him to sign under the belief that it was a part of the adoption process were actually conservatorship papers that would strip away his legal rights, the petition says. The Tuohys told him that because he was no longer a minor, the adoption paperwork was entitled to conservatorship, the petition alleged. At no point did the Tuohys inform Michael that they would have ultimate control of all of his contracts. And as a result, Michael did not understand that if the conservatorship was granted, that he was signing away his right to contract for himself, the petition says. Whew. Conservatorship was granted until Orr reached the age of 25. Until the court terminated the order, but the arrangement was never terminated, Orr's petition said. In addition to termination, Orr's petition asked that the court to issue an injunction barring the Tuohys from using his name and likeness. A phone call Sean Toohey was not immediately returned Monday, but he told the Daily Memphian that he was devastated by Orr's allegation and said the family did not make any money off the Blindside film. It's upsetting to think that we would make money off of any of our children, he said. We were going to love Michael at 37 just like we loved him at 16. John Toohey did say that the Blindside book author Michael Lewis gave us half his share, but he maintained that everybody in the family got an equal share, including Michael. It was about $14,000 each. John Toohey said that the conservatorships was a route to helping secure Orr's eligibility to play college football, saying that the lawyers had advised the family couldn't adopt over the age of 18, and that the only thing we could do was to have the conservatorship. He said that he would be willing to end the conservatorship if Orr wanted that. If he said if he have said I don't want to be part of the family anymore, we'll have been very upset, but was absolutely would have done it, he said. An attorney of the Tuohys declined to comment. The Tuohys' former representative at the Creative Artists Agency said that they have not worked with the family since '07. Sean Toohey Jr., known as CJ, told Barstool Sports that he believes the issues between Orr and the Toohey family built over time. He alleged that the Orrs asked money from the family. That Orr asked for money from the family around 2021. He added that he never say anything negative about the Orr, and that he would never say anything negative about Orr. I get it why he's mad. I understand. CJ told Tui. CJ Tui said it stinks that it will play out in the public stage. That part sucks, but oh well. CJ Tui said that he was not aware of the details of the movie deal, but knew that his father gave him a check a few years after the movie came out. He added that he did not know why his parents chose conservatorship over adoption, but assumed that it was because of Orr's age. There's there's no like money being held anywhere. There's no power of an attorney still being held, he said. It was accusatory of my parents to some extent, like I want to make sure I'm not defending the wrong side of this. This article is really funny. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Basically, like I said, this so-called family took advantage of a gullible kid in a low time of his life. Low time of his life. Can't get more snake-like than that. But let's see where it goes. Pretty much the parts in this article pretty much tell the story. Yeah, like this one, or does not recall signing an agreement. The document has a signature that appears to be his, but nobody has ever presented him a document to him with any explanation. Yep. Yeah, still looking for some. Where does it say? Others later this summer, before his senior year, he became a legal adult. Dewey's offered him a place to live. He adopted him. Dewey's told him that because he was no longer a minor, the adoption paperwork were entitled where it was titled like conservatorship. The petition alleged. There's one part of the story that pretty much says it all. Well, I'm trying to find it. Mm-mm. Here it goes. Pretty much says it right here. Pretty much sums up this whole thing. Where other parents of Michael's classmates saw Michael simply as a nice kid in need. Conservators Sean Tui and Leah Ann Tui saw something else, a gullible young man with athletic talent could be exploited for their own benefit. So that pretty much says it all. Seen him as a benefit. That's why best know the system. Know the system. But a lot of people, boy, I swear they get you at a down moment. And this kid was at a down moment. And they figured they'd dress up some papers and present them as adoption papers. Present them as adoption papers. They figured Tell him anything he wanted to hear. We could, we're here for you. We're giving you what you want. When it's all said and done, it wasn't what he wanted. It was something else. To sign over his rights to his name. Sign over his rights to his name, where everybody benefited from the movie but him. That's something. I think Sandra Bullock, she won an Oscar or Emmy for that role. Everybody benefited of the movie, from the real life parents to everybody in that dealt with that movie. But him. Isn't that something? Like the people who played his parents and the people in the real life Tuohys, benefited from that movie. Yeah, he got the role, but he didn't get a half a penny for that movie. It came out in 2009. Yeah, it came out in 2009. I'm surprised he didn't come to this allegation there earlier. But I guess somebody told him. Because in 2009, that was around about, it's 2023. I think that's 14. Yeah, I think that's 14 years ago. Yeah. I think it's around 14 years ago. I could be wrong. me and Matt never got along too well. But anyway, it's a shocking story, a cold-blooded story to some extent. All this time. But we live and learn. The older we get. But it's something. And it came to him with a key. Came to him as a family. It was all said and done. He signed over his rights to his name. Signed over his rights to his name. But somehow they in these stories there's a he said and she said, but either way they got some they got some they pretty much just benefited from his name. But that's all I got. That's all I got on this one. Something else, some kind of story. Cold-blooded Hollywood at its finest, folks. The Blind Side or the Blind Lie. That'll be a great title for this episode, The Blind Lie. Or you can say it's Blind Side. After reading this story, somebody got blindsided, and it wasn't the Tuohys. That's all I got for this one. This is another episode of The Reporter for August 15th on a Tuesday, 2023. I'm gone.